what is this product roadmap and how does that actually fit in the context of agile development? Again, I would like to actually use some of the examples from real life case studies and real life projects. So I will actually show you an extract from a real product roadmap that I've created for one of the clients, again, trying to take all the confidential information away. And again, this is again for the roadmap for total view, the one that we just discussed, and I'll show another one for a different client. So you get to see the different flavors. So it could be as simple as I said, this was done a while ago. So this was a roadmap 3.0.0, which is the major release. And then we're talking about some timeline there. And then the functionalities, I've mentioned that functionality in terms of what are the features that we're going to deliver as new features. What are the new features? So it could be like action used by field team, weather forecast information, customized report for users, customized alerts when the team came in and did the work, when the team finished their job. So receiving the customized alerts and notifications on their mobile phones via text or by email, whatever. So that's something, there's a new functionality that would be added as part of this release, the 3.0.0, the new version of this. And then some of the changes would be the updates to the snippets. Snippets are basically the widgets that we created on the UI to manage the expectations better, to show the information in a much better way, so they can actually change the color, change the way it looks. So that's why it is called a snippet. So very, very beautiful way of representing. The design was well received by the customers and users. Perhaps I'll show you some of those in the next few sessions, so you can get to see how it all translated from the vision to the reality. And the site and visit details pages, which were done as part of the 1.0.0 and the 2.0.0. So we are proposing some changes. We got the feedback from the customers about add this, change this. I would like to have the thumbnails of the site shown with the option to move and navigate to the next one. So if there are multiple photos of the site, so something like that, and same with the visit details as well. So here we're trying to make the amends, make changes to the existing functionality. And then the issues and bugs, some of the issues that we need to work on, the defects, was that the extra work stream, that particular functionality, missing sites due to site ID is not mentioned in the tender. So again, let's not get into details of that, but that's something which you need to fix the defect in the upcoming major release. And the non-functional ones are basically responsive design. We need to have responsive design. The first one was the first version. When we released it, was not really responsive because the technology did not help the tech stack that the customer had. We just went ahead with that. So we didn't have that kind of responsive design initially, but later, in fact, Satish stepped in and he created the designs and he created the web friendly code so that it actually could work on the mobiles and tablets as well. So that's the responsive design aspect. So that was not there in the previous versions, previous releases, and we're proposing that. So we can see, get to see that there's a functional stuff, there's a non-functional aspect of it, refactoring, performance tuning, blah, blah, blah. So here, this is again the roadmap. If you get to see what I'm trying to say here is essentially what we're trying to do is to come up with what we wanted to do within the new release and in the next few versions of the build of the product. That's what we need to mention clearly in the roadmap. There are no details. If you look at it, we're not getting too much in details there. What would be the screen size? What is the layout? How many functions? What are the get set methods? What are the database? We're not talking about detailing here. We're talking about what needs to be done, and perhaps some why there. Yeah, why are we doing this? Some motivation. That's it. So this is a roadmap. This is a proper example of a proper roadmap. And again, we talked about going forward with this version. We said that this is the process that we're following going forward for this, to implement that, define the roles and responsibilities of the team, defining requirements, scope and well, blah, 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 gather feedback from the customers. So we are mentioning daily stand-up Scrum meeting, and then some other agile, as I mentioned, we've followed agile development for this. We used actually Scrum. We're going to discuss that tomorrow anyway. Tomorrow and day after, we're focusing only on Scrum as an agile methodology. So I'll walk you through some of the important facets and aspects of Scrum, like all the roles, the practices, the principles, some of the ceremonies like sprint planning, daily stand-up, sprint review, sprint retrospective. We must know this because it's going to actually set your understanding of agile methodologies, because Scrum is very, very fundamental methodology across all the teams in the world. So the best thing is to actually get a proper understanding of Scrum, and then you can get onto the next levels, next methodologies like Lean, Kanban, all of that. We can discuss them as well. So we'll discuss this anyway in detail tomorrow. So you can see that we have also said that we need to have other agile process like Jira. We'll use Jira for this, Alfresco for document management and stand-up meetings, blah, blah, Skype. So the tools and other techniques. So you get to see that this is a roadmap. This is actually a real life example of a roadmap that we have actually set for the customer for a product. So you understand that here we're not talking about the detail, we're not talking about the implementation of the solution things, but we won't actually specify the tools, the techniques that we're going to use, what is to be achieved by when.